Welcome back to the Collegiate iRacing League Formula College Series for our 10th race of the Fall 2024 season in Formula College. We're here tonight from Interlagos in Brazil to bring you all the action from what is consistently one of the best tracks on the FC calendar. I'm Sky Shrek, I'm joined by Edward Sanchez, and we're going to take you straight into the track map here.
All right, Sky. Well, today we are going to Brazil. Length is 2.67 miles, 4.3 kilometers, 15 turns, grueling track, very technical. Fun fact, the traditional name of the circuit in Portuguese is Between Lakes. Don't ask me how to pronounce it, I only know Spanish. Pit speed, 50 miles per hour, 80 kilometers per hour, and is first seen and debuting right now, 2024, Season 11. Known as the Autodromo Post Carlos Pace Grand Prix. Tonight, Sky, we are going to see one interesting race right now as qualifying is underway and Alif top of the board.
Yeah, no real surprise there given his dominance throughout the road races this year. He's won the last two races on road courses and only in eighth place. And Barber's kind of dropping him down there. Well clear in the championship lead. I don't think he can quite lock it up this week, but with a good result here and a good result at Texas in 1 week's time, he'll be just that much closer to clinching the title.
And Sky, I think you want to mention a new revealing detail for tonight's winner and what they received for only the first place, not top three, but first place.
We have a trophy. We have an actual real-life trophy for this race presented by Robert Morris University Esports, because this is the Colonial Challenge. And they're going to present a trophy to our race winner tonight.
I mean, I wish we had a trophy in the Cup Series, but no, I'm really excited about tonight's race and tonight's winner because, I mean, that trophy, it is one beautiful thing to earn tonight as Alif crosses the line. Will he improve his lap time? He does not. Right now, sitting comfortably in a provisional pole of 1 minute 17.625. Lucas Moody, on the other hand, he goes up the rank. He's going to be the next person to be a minute 17.9. And Jay Cummings, also top three, as we're right there on your screen, folks, for Converse University. He's currently tracking in third.
Yeah, I think if there's a favorite school to get that trophy, it's got to be Ball State tonight. Not only do you have Muhammad Alif on the pole, winner of 2 straight road races in this series, including last week at Chicago, you've got his teammate Lucas Moody in second, and then you've got Cale Davidson running fourth. So Ball State, 3 of the 4 fastest cars right now in qualifying. They might have another one for the trophy case by the end of tonight.
I mean, we'll see. Maybe Alif might get a good look tonight because I did vote for him. But I think that was it. For any folks in the CIL Discord, you might know that joke. But right now, Dylan Beatty, currently P12, got to give him some love from last week at the Chicago Street Course. We're gonna go on board here, Sky, and he had a really great race, I should say, in Chicago. Unfortunately, towards the end, lacked a little bit of pace, finishing P6. But tonight, he's going to look for even better. Down the Adronimo here into turn 6. It is very technical as we consider this part, sector 2 of the track, the most grueling part. A lot of heavy braking zone and a lot of just tight corners that you have to go down to first gear, and you got to be really easy with those rears. I think this track is going to involve a lot of taking care of those rear tires as well as the fronts, because once it overcooks, you're just going to go straight into the barriers.
Yeah, Dylan Beatty, like you said, really good run last week. First top 10 of the season, snagged a 6th place finish. So he wants to build on that momentum in that other Ball State car there, number 20. He'll come around to the final set of corners here, just 2 more. This one down here is pretty flat out, just a little flick to the left, and he'll be back to the start-finish line to complete his lap. And we're going to see if he can try to join his teammates up on the top end of the grid, or if he'll stay 12th. Dylan Beatty is going to come across the line, and he will take P12.
That is interesting because I will say for his first race here in this car, it's not that bad. So Dylan Beatty currently P12, and right now we have 2 minutes left on the clock. I'm trying to see anybody else who's driving around here, but I mean, Alif, Moody, Cummings right now the top 3. Cale Davidson in 4th. I mean, we saw in practice earlier, Cale was running P2 in practice, so I don't know what happened there in terms of his lap times.
Yeah, Clint Halterman, you see him going around the track right now, or you saw him earlier going around the track. He's going to be a story to watch if he doesn't improve his qualifying result, because he's starting in 10th right now, but he's coming into the 2nd in the points. Needs a good run in order to clear Brian Whitlock in the point standings and maybe try to mount that charge towards the Leaf. 10th place isn't going to cut it tonight.
Well, Sky, we always do this, and we'll do it again at picks of the night. Now, I'm gonna go with the 95 of Commerce University, Jay Cummings. I mean, it's something interesting. I know he's a top 5 potential here. Sorry, in general, I should say, but starting top 3, if this is what's gonna sort itself out, I think he's got a good chance if Alif and Moody might reckon to turn 1.
I think I am going to go with the extremely obvious pick and take our Muhammad Alif again this week. He's won 2 straight on the road courses. I mean, I think he's got a great chance to win a 3rd.
Of course. So we'll see if he continues his 3-win streak as qualifying wraps up in 30 seconds. But I do want to mention quickly, shout out to the CIL rookies, Nick Henley, Wyatt Burton in the top 10. They're both in 7th and 8th respectively. And Zachary DeWale, we don't see him often. He is currently sitting P5.
Yeah, good run for those guys. DeWale, definitely one of the part-time runners in this series. We've seen a couple drivers kind of come in either from part-time schedules or from the oval side even and do really well in Formula College this year, especially with the move to the Indy cars that drive better on ovals. Just another one of those drivers kind of crossing over disciplines here and doing a really good job of it.
Well, qualifying has concluded, so we can't say for certain your pick is in P1. My pick right behind him for row number 2. So let's get the grid going. Sky, you take the top 10.
All right, coming through on pole here tonight is going to be our Muhammad Alif from Ball State University. As we said, Lucas Moody, we're still pulling the graphic up here. We're having some technical difficulties on our end, but Lucas Moody of Ball State is going to be his teammate in 2nd. 0.8 tenths, 8 tenths faster for our Muhammad Alif compared to 2nd place his teammate Lucas Moody in this race. Moving on to 3rd, it's going to be Jake Cummings of Converse University, and in 4th, Cale Davidson, another Ball State car, starts P4. P5 tonight's going to be Zach DeWale from St. Clair College. Good start for him. Ben Fiore of Marist. Kind of had a quiet season, but he's 6th in the points, and he'll roll off 6th today. Looking further back into 7th, it's going to be Nick Henley in the 64 car for Ball State University, while Wyatt Burton will roll off 8th, looking to improve on his point standings. He's sitting just outside the top 10. And in 9th tonight will be Andrew Burrell, the alumni from Clemson. To his outside, another alumni, Clint Halterman from UNC Charlotte. 10th to 2nd is smaller than the gap from 1st to 2nd.
Moving on outside of the top 10, Ryan Whitlock of University of Alabama, Huntsville, P11, good start for him. And Dylan Beatty of Ball State University, we saw him running his quali, a good P12 for him. P13 is going to be Alexander Diamond for Drexel University, a really good start for him, P13. And Andrew Williams on his side for Clemson University, and P14. P15 is going to be Cohen Evans of Purdue University, Annapolis. And on his side, the FC director, Ricky Paz of East Carolina University, starting in P16. P17, Jason Wallet of Drexel University, once again outside of the top 10. We'll see if he can make his charge through the field tonight with Adrian Tipigorik on his outside, St. Clair College, number 38. And running about the top 20 is Nicholas Stockner of Clemson University, Another strong race he's had recently. Let's see if he can do it again. And Marlo Duncan of Milwaukee School of Engineering, he's going to start on the outside on P20.
P21 tonight will be John LaFawn from the Penn College of Technology, and to his outside, Aiken Lamar from Howard Community College. 23rd tonight, Tyler Klingensmith from our title sponsor, Robert Morris University, and 24th will be Alex Finnerty. 25th from St. Clair College is Alan Hong. Lee Kane from Southern Mississippi is going to roll off 26th. And I believe that will be our grid tonight. So Lee Kane, last car on the grid. Muhammad Alif up front.
I was going to say good news from race control. All drivers have met the 107%. That was the 1 minute and 22. 1 minute 22.611. And for folks who just saw, Lee Kane did qualify with the 123.39. He got a practice time of 1 minute 22.552. So Lee Kane cutting it close by less than a tenth to get into tonight's race. So we got a full field, drivers getting ready, and we have soon enough 1.5 minutes left. But right now in the warm-up, once again, Alif topping the charts, but Cale Davidson right behind him. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I picked Muhammad Alif to win this race. I am feeling very confident, seeing just how much he won the pole by. I mean, he took the pole by 8 tenths. That is a lot. That's more than the gap from second back to about 12th or 13th. He had so much pace in that qualifying session, and if he can carry that over into the race, he's going to have a great night. We got some driver cams up for you here. There's the man himself, Muhammad Alif.
Yeah, on the top left is Cale Davidson, top middle Lucas Moody, top right Dylan Beatty, bottom left Alif, and bottom right Jake Cummings. Wow, I remember all their names. Let's go. Anyways, as I mentioned earlier, my pick, of course, Jake Cummings. And you know, Sky, you made an effort to make an emphasis on the point. I mean, it's technically 0.7 tenths that Alif has on Moody. And all I'm gonna say is, you know, if people watch the Sao Paulo Grand Prix of Formula One, and we know that Lando Norris was up by 7 tenths in the second qualifying. Look what happened in the race. So all I'm going to say is my pick, Jay Cummings in P3 on the back, right behind Alif. We'll never know what's going to happen. We just got to see what happens down into turn 1. But in any case, Sky, how excited are you for tonight's race, especially with the trophy on the line?
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. You know, Alif, unlike Lando Norris, does know how to take turn 1, which is always a good sign. I think if he can get away, get a lead out on the first lap, and we dodge any sort of early safety car, I think he might have a really good chance to take this one away. But it's going to be a really tight battle between his teammates behind him. I think Moody and Davidson are going to go at it for second, third, and fourth there. That's going to be one of the tightest battles in the field, along with Jake Cummings at third. Other big story is going to be, can Clint Halterman work his way up from that 10th place starting position to try to hold his points lead here over Ryan Whitlock for second?
Yeah, definitely someone to look out who is currently sitting in P10. So we'll see if Clint can drive to the field and hopefully earn some spots and get more points as he needs in the championship. And also one last thing to note, it looks like, I believe, no, never mind. It is a false alarm. I thought that somebody disconnected here and unfortunately would have missed the grid. But yeah, grid is going up right now. And time to see, well, I was going to say, Sky, the tires, right? We have a compound swap mandatory, so they're gonna have to swap over the tires from the hards to the softs. And as you see right there on live feed, we've got some primary takers, some alternate takers. I mean, let's do a little bit of race analysis, Sky.
Yeah, that's always kind of the strategy, is between those primary and those alternate tires. The race length here is going to be 42 laps at Brazil. Traditional name of the circuit, as you said, between lakes. Pit speed is 50 miles an hour, 80 kilometers an hour in Brazil. Tires, primary and alternates. You got those black-walled primaries, those red-walled alternates. They give you a little extra grip, but they don't last as long, so it's always really interesting to see who goes on what. 15 turns, and the estimated fuel run's about 18 to 20 laps. Might be a one-stopper if they're able to stretch it, and if they can, they will.
I mean, Sky, from all the races that we've seen so far this season, they're going to get to try and most likely will do a one-stopper. And for the folks learning about the Between the Lakes, I actually just now figured out how to say it in Portuguese, Sky. Interlagos. All right, that's how we say it. Hey,
there you go.
Totally not say it with the Spanish accent, but yeah, here we go. We're gonna go racing here soon, round 10. And one thing to note, it looks like Ben Fiore is gonna be starting from the pits for some reason.
Ooh,
So Ben Fiore might have missed the grid. He is currently fitted those black primary tires to start from the grid, and funny enough, behind Zachary DeWale, who's in P5, Nick Henley, everybody from from P6 to P10 or P11 have black tires. So Sky,
interesting.
take us away.
Yeah, you've got those top 4 cars you see up there, the 3 Ball State machines and Jake Cummings of Converse in that black car in the middle, or my bad, Zach DeWale, I'm sorry, in that black car in the middle, all running on those red tires, and then further back, it's a mix of strategies. You see Whitlock back there, Halterman back there, both on those black tires. That's going to be the main talking point early in this race. Pace car is going to pull off here. Those cars are all the way down to the pit entry line, and they're going to take him away. Our Muhammad Alif takes the green flag. Huge jump for him down into turn 1. He's already way clear of Lucas Moody, his teammate. DeWale tries to run for third, but he can't quite get there. He'll be forced back to the outside, and it's Cale Davidson taking the Ball State 1, 2, 3 here in the early going down the straightaway. And they're wrecking in the back.
We got to wreck the back. I think that was Claire Halterman. Claire Halterman is his. I think he hit somebody. Yeah, he's out. Not out. It looks like he's got it moving, but unfortunately, it was out of turn. I believe out of turn 3. As they were coming out of turn 3, it looks like Claire Halterman slipped the tires. Those black tires were too. They're just. You just gotta warm them up, and with this like technical sectors here.
Ooh.
And, yeah, look at that. And that,
Yeah.
unfortunately, well, good thing is that Clint did not hit anybody. It looks like he just spun it on his own, so his D is not over.
Let's see. Yeah, we have the caution full course yellow is out right now. Yeah, collect
he hit
Burl,
somebody.
and there are a couple other cars involved in some unrelated accidents there. Alex Diamond and John LaFawn, both in the fence as well, trying to dodge that accident. No contact made with Halterman, just spinning it in the chaos.
Clint, my boy, you can't do that. That is not what you need right now for your points and situation. Like, it's just unfortunate, but that's a driver's error right there. You know, it's you realize that these primary tires, they take a lot to heat up, right? And it takes such a long time, especially in a circuit like this, where you're from the get-go, you have to use as much as you can of these tires. You got to baby them, and unfortunately, you saw him out of turn 3 just pushing it too hard, had a Ball State car outside of him. I believe that was Dylan Beatty, and unfortunately, he took too much out of his tires, and now he's sitting in P23, and potentially pending, I believe, a penalty, because he caused that one.
Yeah, that would be a drive-through or maybe a to-the-back penalty here. We'll see how this goes. I believe it's drive-through if it's under green, to the back if it's causes a yellow. We can show you one more replay of that here so we can see what happened to Clint Halterman in this accident. You see Fiore and Jake Cummings both starting from the pits there. Here's Halterman. He's going to take it down, back left. Oh, yeah, he just gets on the grass. He gets on the grass, contact from Ball State car, maybe Nick Henley in there, and yeah, looks like Diamond might have gotten net-coded sideways from the car next to him, and I'm not sure how John LaFawn ended up in that.
I mean, yeah, right now, race control incident on lap 1 involving car number 044, Clint Halterman, is being investigated. So no strike has been given. Clint Halterman still in the pits right now. He's been there now for 40 seconds. So I believe that is I think to repair his left rear. We saw him kind of hit Burl, who came across and unfortunately tagged him. But the story up front, Lucas Moody, it looks like a Leaf, Moody, Davidson, and folks, unfortunately, Converse University might be wondering, okay, where is Jake Cummings? Well, good thing is he was not involved in the wreck. He actually started from the pits. So not only was it Ben Fiore in the pits, Jake Cummings also started from the pits, and he has those those primaries fitted on.
Yeah, that's a good break for both him and Fiore, because those two drivers would have had a long, long climb to get through the field. If that caution didn't come out, that'll help him a lot, because that's going to get him tucked right back into the field here once this goes back green.
And at Sky, with my super duper binoculars, I'm not sure if I could really verify here, but is that John LaFawn's nose damaged a little bit there? Looks like he's just dangling. Maybe he just wants a little
Yeah,
bit more
I would
downforce.
imagine he was pretty heavily involved in that accident. I'm not surprised to see that he's got some damage on that car.
Well, I mean, if I was his crew chief, I'd tell him to go in because that's just gonna wiggle around and really lose that front downforce that on this circuit you really, really need.
Yeah, losing a little more than front downforce by just not really having a wing on it at all.
You can see
You're
his
gonna
feet.
you're gonna lose a bit of the racetrack there if that thing keeps scraping it.
You can look at it in the side of the cockpit. You can see his pedals right there. Unfortunately, I mean, maybe John wants to, a little bit of airflow. Yeah, sometimes the drivers know it gets a little bit hot in their cockpit. The pedals get hot. That's a surefire way to fix that problem.
Yeah,
Oh, Jay Cummings at the pits.
I don't think the safety officials are gonna be too happy about that one though.
Oh well, Nick Stock there. Oh no, Marlo Duncan, fastest lap, 2 minutes and 39.
Oh boy, electric lap time there.
Well, I think the pace car lights are off, so I believe we're going green next time around. I believe so.
Believe we will. That'll be lap 4. We'll go back to the green. It'll be Muhammad Alif, Lucas Moody, and Cale Davidson. The Great Wall of Ball State has returned their 1, 2, 3.
I mean, they said last week was not enough. People wanted an entourage, and here we are once again. And also an update. Yes, race control has deemed that lap 1 incident was a loss of control causing an incident of Clint Halterman. That means he will receive a drive-through plus strike 1. However, he is still in the pits receiving repairs to his cars, so unless he decides to call it quits, I believe the best thing he can do right now is to, repair as much of the car, drive it around and serve the black flag, right? Serve his drive-through so that the next race he does not get an EOL.
Yeah, just gonna have to try to do something about that. I have to imagine he's gonna come out of the pits at least about 5 laps down there with that damage, and it's only gonna go quicker once the green flag does come out. So he's out of any contention for a good finish. He might just go out there and try to run for points.
Well, time will tell. Pace car is now rolling down. I believe that is turn number 10. Yep, that is turn 10. Nope, turn 9. All right. Well, clearly I have yet to be. Listen. All I'm saying to the viewers at home, I just landed into Interlagos about an hour ago, so I have currently tried out some of the cuisines and have yet to learn the turns. So, right now we are. Now I know we're at turn 11, down into turn 12. We're gonna go racing here soon. Sky, take it away once again. Round 2.
Yeah, given the election, that's some of the better counting I've seen. Some of the quicker results here. Cale Davidson, Lucas Moody. You see them right there defending Muhammad Ali second and third right now. They're going to come down. That's kind of the last actual corner on the racetrack because the rest of these two are just flat out restarts here. We'll get going again. Single file line. So Muhammad Ali is going to hope that he can get the same jump that he did the first time. We saw him fly away by the time he got into turn 1. He'll be going with his teammates behind him. See if they maybe try to keep pace with him here so they can try to move down into turn 1. Lucas Moody, always optimistic, always wants to get a move done. I don't think it's going to be any different with his teammate out front. Pace car's off into the pits. We're going to head to the line, and Muhammad Ali will lead him off. Green flag back out on lap 4. Moody's already looking to the outside, but he doesn't have enough of a run down into turn 1. The 3 Ball State cars will stay steady through those first set of corners. Ryan Whitlock trying to make some moves in the mid-pack.
We got a car in the back. We got 3 cars wrecked out once again, and it's a caution for UNC Charlotte. We see him. One of the drivers, unfortunately, hit. Jay Cummings also looks like he got a piece of the action right there, and
oh my goodness,
Jay Cummings is out. Yep. Oh no!
Oh, that thing is destroyed. He's missing like 2 wheels, a nose. He's got half the car broken.
And Lee Kane, front left wing damage. So Commerce University, sorry to bring the bad news, but Jay Cummings has retired. He is out of this race. Lee Kane missing out on front left. And we're going to get a replay right here, folks. Let's see what happened.
Man, it feels like I'm watching a cup race with all these cautions here. Finnerty, Kane, Cummings. A lot of damage. I mean, this is kind of at the back of the field. Yeah, they were just trying to jump the restart. You see some cars jumping the restart, Cummings to the outside. Finnerty immediately sends it.
Oh,
Oh, Jake
no.
Cummings. He was going for the move, and he clipped the left rear of Alex Finnerty and sent everybody around.
I think Jay Cummings did his best BMW impression on a highway. He tried to cut through, no blinkers on, no turning signal, and unfortunately, I believe that is a case of netcode. Unfortunately, as we see here, as the lights go green, Jay Cummings sees the opportunity. He's going to the outside. Also, Ben Fury on the inside. He's gonna have to thread the needle. Wow! And then, boom! That's how it all started. And you know, just like Icarus, who flew too close to the sun, Jay Cummings drove way too close to the back markers, and unfortunately his day is over. So sorry to Commerce University, your driver is out of the race.
Yeah, I mean, he started really far back from the car in front of him. Might have even gotten a little bit of a drive-through for that, but I think he might, depending on if they rule this netcode or not, might have one there. Alan Hong, another car also taken out in that accident. One of what feels like about 7 or 8 cars now on pit road. Or not Alan Hong, that was a different car we were watching in the pits. Or is this Alan Hong? Okay,
yeah,
no, my bad.
that is
This is a
Alan Hong.
replay. We've got Alan Hong in an incident here. I did not
He's
see
in the
this.
back.
Let's see how this happened.
All right.
What?
Oh, I'm so sorry. So it looks like Alan Hong maybe was trying to anticipate them coming down on him, so he decided to put on the brakes. Unfortunately, I think he put a little bit too much on the brakes. His front nose hit the inside barrier, and it looks like he's just parked it to the pits. Unfortunate. And that is your weekly Alan Hong update. Back to you, Sky.
Yeah, that has to be a bit of a brake bias issue. That's what happens when you set the brake bias on your car really, really, really low, and then you go into a corner forgetting that you had it set really low, and you just spin it. I've done it in the Cup Series before. It never feels good.
Hey, you know what, Sky? Maybe it's the ghost of Sao Paulo. Maybe there was a car in front. Who knows? You know, with the recent issues that iRacing's been having with their servers, you can only tell if somebody was just a period right there and he had to slam on the brakes. But anywho, lap 5 going to lap 6, a Leaf once again in the lead, and let's talk about strategy because Sky, right now, a one pit stop is doable, right? More than doable.
Oh yeah, for sure, especially with the 2 cautions we've had. I mean, this is guaranteed to be a one-stop race. Everybody on the primaries right now is going to come down for the alternates in the second run. Everybody on the alternates will come down for the primaries in the second one. Still too early to know which of those strategies is really going to prevail, but you see a lot of the cars up front, those top 4, all the Ball State machines, and Zach DeWale there in the orange wheel St. Clair car, all on the alternate tires, while the cars further back, Wyatt Burton, Dylan Beatty, 5th and 6th, are on the black primary.
And with the caution lights still on, which means we are not going green this time around, folks. But one thing, while we were waiting, while we're doing some eye pacing, definitely wanted to note that a Leaf and everybody else in the red tires, and in the alternates, I should say, I don't know how good it is. Where yes, they aren't really, and a Leaf throws a phony. And his fastest lap right there, a minute 58, quite quite interesting. I mean, this is way slower than the Formula One cars in the wets, skies. So, you know, you were talking about how this reminds you of the Cup. This kind of reminds me of the qualifying session for Formula One. I mean, you got a spin here and there, left and right, turn 1, a lot into turn 1, into turn 3. I mean, Sky, your thoughts on this early race?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've seen 2 cautions in an FC race. That wasn't on an oval all year. If there is a track for that to happen, it is Interlagos. This place always seems to produce madness on, I mean, literally any series that races here, real life or iRacing. The Collegiate iRacing League has been no exception tonight because we've already got 2 accidents. We've run 6 laps, and we are yet to successfully make it through turn 3.
Yeah, and I do want to mention again that the way that they're going, they keep starting and then the caution, but you got to really focus on, and you mentioned, right, what tires are going to last long. Now, it's all about how much heat cycles they're putting in these tires, because even if, as we see Cal Davidson on the camera right there, even if we have, you know, we go green from here on out, we just don't know. And Cal Davidson looks like he's just is that texting and driving?
That might be. That's a highway violation.
That is a highway violation, and I think the stewards are gonna have to look into this one. That is not what we condone
Warming up
here.
your tires while on your phone is a
Wow.
bold move.
Oh,
Hey!
wait, he hears us. What is he? Oh, he's watching our stream.
Hey!
Hey, well, Kale Davidson, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thank you so much. Hope you drop a like. And Kale Davidson, are you subscribed to us? Show us that camera once again. Show us the subscribe button. Are you subscribed? The people must know. The people want to know. We're gonna wait for the delay in the stream to go through. I think he's hearing us right now. Oh, 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 he's subscribing right now. Ah, let's go. And folks, if you want to be as cool as Kel Davidson, hit that subscribe button and like, because we're about to do a round 2 here at Interlagos. Is the safety car lights off?
Lights
Yes,
are
it
off.
is.
Lights are off.
All right, lights are off. So quickly before I hand it off to you, Sky, yes, the heat cycles. One thing to note for the viewers, we don't know how well these tires are in the long run in terms of how much race pace they've got, but all this heat cycle is not going to really help it out, right? They're becoming scuffed tires. So we'll see if things shake out differently as we would primarily thought it would be.
Yeah, and you got to wonder if some of the cars we saw in the pits there, like Aiken Lamar, might be trying to do a strategy we've seen a couple times when we have early cautions. If you start on a tire that you think is worse, pit early on the early caution, swap to what you think is better, and then you can just run that one for the rest of the race. Aiken Lamar's on the hards right now. We'll see if that works out for him as the pace cars are getting ready to pull off once again for the Ball State trio of our Muhammad Alif, Lucas Moody, and Cale Davidson.
And the green flag is out. We're going racing once again. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's green flag time. Can they survive turn 1? Let's see. The leaders take it in. Moody right behind Alif. And Nick Henley making a pass on the outside of Ricky. Can he stick it down into turn 2? With Jason Wally also going side by side with Nicholas Stockner. But Nick is going to make it in and send it in front. And Ben Fiore on the outside. What a pass.
Oh, big wreck in the front. That is a Ball State car. That's Dylan Beatty sideways. One car accident.
Well, wait. No. No yellow. We're going green, folks. We survived turn 3 as Cale Davidson right behind Moody, behind Alif, but behind them is Zachary DeWill, the part-timer for St. Clair College. He is not giving up. He's still there, having a chance, but can he make a mark as this ball of wall top 3 stays up front here?
Yeah, great start for the 3 Ball State cars. Our Muhammad Alif already a second away from Lucas Moody in the 13 machine. That car is flying. He's got it working. None of these drivers have gotten to use much push to pass yet, so everybody's still at virtually about 200 seconds there. Big close up under braking for Zach DeWale. Gets it straight up to the bumper of Cale Davidson. Kind of hurts his run out of the corner, though. He is on the push to pass. So is Moody. So is Alif. All 3 cars slamming it to try to get a run down the straightaway. DeWale is close, but I don't think he's going to be quite close enough unless he tries to send. He'll take a peek. He won't. He'll pull in behind Cale Davidson. Fastest lap, our Muhammad Alif.
Finally, a lap. We can finally get a minute 19, but I mean, look at that. That is such a beautiful move that Zachary DeWill kind of tried to do. He tried to throw a phony. He tried to send it on the inside, then take it on the outside once again here, but I believe also to try to keep the engine cool. And as you saw when we were on board with Zachary DeWill, did you see that rear bumper of Cale?
Yeah, I did not. Sorry, what?
Look at the rear bumper. I know we're a little bit far away now, but it says, how do you like, I think it says, how's the view? Yep. Is that a little bit of psychology?
Ball State cars always love it. I think Ben Neller in the Cup Series has had a bit of psychology for the Ball State team, too. He's got his rear bumper spelled wrong the entire season, and every time I'm behind him, I laugh, and it slows me down. Cale Davidson is trying the same tactic here tonight.
Psychological warfare at its finest. And moving back in the pack, we saw Ricky Paz making that beautiful pass, and it looks like Cohen Evans, he's going to try and go up there, and we know Cohen Evans is always a front runner. Never give up, because his race pace, his long race pace, is incredible. As now we go lap 9 out of 42. He's going to have a nice slipstream behind Ricky. Up into turn 1, down into turn 1, I should say. He won't make a move yet. He's going to get ever so much closer. Alif, another fast lap, a minute 17.
Yeah, Ryan Willock, he's been jamming that push to pass. He's closing up to the 5th place car of Wyatt Burton. Battles 2 different spots in the field. Cohen Evans is slamming the push to pass too. He'll make a move up the inside of Ricky Paz from ECU, and Ricky will back out. Doesn't want to go into that corner too wide. Cohen Evans from Purdue at Indianapolis takes the spot for 7th, and now he's going to look ahead to this battle of Whitlock and Burton.
Yep, and that was a sensational pass. We saw Cohen Evans just ever so slightly. He wasn't too aggressive. He waited. He waited for Ricky to make an error, and he pounced on it. A beautiful move down into turn 4, perfect up into P7. Now behind Cohen Evans, behind Ryan Whitlock, he's there, and he's gonna have to make up that gap. Currently, a second, I would say, to have to catch up.
Nick Henley and Tubakovic battling it out 9th and 10th back here. Henley is on those white primary tires. He's the only one of these Ball State cars in this pack on the primary tires. Meanwhile, Adrian Tubakovic slamming the push to pass on the red tires, doing everything he can to close that gap to Nick Henley and make a move up for 9th to pursue the 2 cars in front of him, Cohen Evans and Ricky Paz. Tries to send it in a little deep into that corner. Good run out. We'll see how he can do down the straightaway.
I do want to note, our Muhammad Ali is pulled away, but Cale Davidson, he's right behind Lucas Moody. But Adrian Tubakovic making a move on the inside of Nick Henley. Down into turn 3, a beautiful pass at 4. And Adrian Tubakovic is going to move up there with Nick Henley now on the clutches of Ben Fiore. He's going to have to make a move now to be able to defend. And he does so even better with Ryan Whitlock now trying to get up to the rookie, Wyatt Burton. We know Wyatt Burton has some talent here, but can he really, I should say, compliment himself here as he makes a little error, locks up the rears? Can he still hold on? He sacrifices a little bit of exit speed, but he does. And we'll see if Ryan Whitlock uses a little bit of that push to pass down the back straightaway here.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Sorry. These 2 cars, the first 2 cars on the white tires, nobody on the white tires is on them until Ben Fiore in 10th.
And Whitlock, as I said, he's going to use that push to pass. He's going to, close on the right side. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Down into turn 1. Still holding on the inside. He's not going to give up. Wyatt Burton side by side. Down into turn 2. He's still looking on the outside. He's going to hold the inside down into turn 3. Side by side still. Ryan Whitlock not giving up yet. Down into turn 4. He has to push to pass. Wyatt Burton still peeking his nose on the inside. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Turn 4. It's going to be Ryan Whitlock.
Yeah, the difference there was that Whitlock was on the push to pass a lot later than Burton. Burton's not done yet, though. He's back
he's
to the outside. Wyatt Burton's going to go for 5th into this corner. He won't get it, and that's going to open the door for Cohen Evans back in 7th. He's in the fight. Ricky Paz in 8th, going a little wide out of there, is in the battle as well. Huge fight for 5th. Right now, we've got 4 cars going at it, and that's 26 of Wyatt Burton is looking a little bit loose.
Yeah, Wyatt Burton, if I was his crew chief, I'd tell him, slow down there, kid. That tires is not going to be happy. If you overheat those primaries too quickly, they just don't work for the rest of the stint. They're supposed to be meant for a long stint. But Lucas Moody, on the other hand, he's being under the attack of Cale Davidson. Cale, down the front stretch, looking on the inside. He's going to cut down to the inside. Team orders, maybe? Lucas Moody does not defend that much, and they go and swap positions. Cale Davidson up into P2.
Well, we'll see if Davidson can actually get away from him now, or if Moody is able to hold that thing to the bumper. Both Ball State cars 2 and 3 in close battle with each other. Cale Davidson's going to come out of there. High Mom on the front of his car. His mom's probably pretty proud of that move, getting himself into 2nd to challenge his other teammate, Muhammad Ali.
And it looks like Wyatt Burton having to hold off Cohen Evans once again. As we saw, Wyatt Burton, he's really getting really loose, especially in the 2nd sector. And all that dirty air from Ryan Whitlock is not going to help him out. And one thing to note is that they're both, as you said, they're on the black primary tires. So for Burton, he's going to have to just hold off Cohen Evans, make sure that the tire deficit goes in his favor. But right now, it is not. As Cohen Evans, he misses Cohen Evans makes the apex, but Wyatt Burton loses it out. So, well, time will tell who has the better tires after a few laps.
I just want to point something out right here. 3 fastest cars last time around. Muhammad Ali, 1st on the Reds. Cale Davidson, 2nd on the Reds. 3rd fastest car was Ben Fiore on the white primary tires, running 9th. He started in the pits, dodged those first 2 cautions. He's already back up in the top 10. He's the 3rd fastest car on track. Ben Fiore is moving.
Yep, good point right there. Seattle, biggest mover of the night. It's got to go to Ben Fiore, up into P9. I mean, a sensational drive. And on board here with Ricky Paz, time will tell. time will tell before Ben Fiore catches up to Ricky Paz. He is currently 2.5 seconds behind the man you are watching right now. So he's getting there soon. And on the bottom right, folks, you saw the biggest movers. It doesn't tell us the stats on Ben Fiore because Ben Fiore technically qualified 6th. So it's saying that he lost 3 positions based off the start, but we all know the real story. He started from the pits.
Yeah, also driving up to the field there was Klingensmith in 14th, but these 2 cars who are in this battle, we're watching one of them right now. It's Ricky Paz in 8th, Cohen Evans in 7th, both of about 7 spots from where they started. They've moved through the field together, and now they're both looking to get around. Wyatt Burton seems to be struggling a little bit on those white tires.
You can consider this a DRS train, would you say, Sky? I mean, you got Whitlock pulling away slightly, but Burton is suffering. I mean, I think he's charging up his batteries, trying to use up as much as he can on the straightaway, but well, we might have a pass right here. It looks like it might be Cohen Evans making the pass. Yes, he is on the right side of Wyatt Burton. He's going to show his bumper side by side, past the start-finish line. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Once again, down into turn 1. Will Wyatt Burton pull off his defense that he did on Whitlock? Yes, he does. And wow, Cohen Evans may be a little bit afraid that Burton was going to slide his tires, took it really wide.
He missed the corner. Cohen Evans just missed the corner. He went way wide through there. Too late on the brakes. That gave Burton the spot.
I think he was afraid that Burton might have missed the corner. I mean, if I was in Cohen Evans' shoes, I would have seen Burton with those tires aflamed. He thinks that he has no rear grip, so going side by side with him sitting on the inside, I would be a little bit afraid. Maybe give him a little bit room, but I mean, like you said, Sky, he missed out that apex. But in the back here, Sky, you got this one.
Yeah, Nick Stockner watching Nick Henley right in front of him, and Adrian Tubakovic up the road a little further as well. This is the battle back here. We're actually on board with Klingensmith right now for 14. He's looking at Nick Stockner in the 124 and Nick Henley in the 64. 3-car battle here. 2 drivers named Nick, 12th and 13th.
And the battle for 13th is now grueling, and it's going to be gruesome, especially now that we're in lap 15. So theoretically, pit stops could be happening in the next 10 laps. But I mean, if you were these drivers, Sky, would you want to prolong your stint? Do you want to do you want to use as much of the tires as you want? We saw that the top 4 drivers on those reds, Ryan Whitlock on the whites, but we know Ben Fiore, he's driving the hell out of his white tires, his primaries, I should say, and he is making up ground.
I think it really depends on what tire strategy you're on. If you're one of the drivers who started on the reds, Alif, Davidson, Moody up here, you might want to come down a little earlier. Those tires wear faster. So you come down, take them off, you put the whites on, we're going to bit undercut to the end of the race. On the contrary, if you're one of the drivers who's on the primaries right now, like that 5th place car of Ryan Whitlock, you might want to do the exact opposite. Your tires are going to hold up pretty well. They're doing good right now, and they'll only get better later and later into the run. Stay out a little longer than some of these guys in front of you. Put those reds on late in the race, and then you can push them the whole way.
Well, Cohen Evans is shaping up another run here. Down out of turn 13. He's looking to make a pass here up into turn 14. And now 15. He's got a better run. Can he do something? Push the passes on, but Burton also has his on. He's going to try and make a defense. Once again, Burton chooses to defend on the inside. And Cohen Evans on the outside. He's going to try and make a charge down into the front stretch, into turn 1. Late on the brakes again, and he sends it in. Cohen Evans late on the brakes. Can he stick it? Yes, he does. Wyatt Burton still holds on to the inside still, and he gets the pass. Not done yet. As Cohen Evans, he's going to have to concede that place again and try another lap.
Yeah, he didn't miss the corner the same way he did last time, but he did still run it a little wide. Couldn't quite get the exit out of there that he wanted. And when you can't get the exit out of there, there's really no hope for you to defend on the inside for the rest of that little 1 through 4 complex of turns. And that puts Cohen Evans back again. He's going to have to rack yet another charge on Wyatt Burton.
As you see there on the bottom right, Sky, look at those sector times. Wyatt Burton loses out on the first and third, but in the middle sector, yes, he is gaining time, but that's because Cohen Evans, as you see right there, he's going to have to struggle with those dirty air. And knowing Cohen, I know he is upset. He wants to get past Wyatt Burton. He knows he's being a roadblock, and it's just serving him better because, as you said, right, Whitlock has to, if he could stay out longer so he can use up more of the reds towards the end, perfect story. And Wyatt Burton might be the same way, but look at that. He's too far back. Cohen Evans not using his push to pass because he knows it's not worth it, but I think Burton, what a phenomenal defense he's doing tonight.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, especially because he's on those harder tires, those tires that are slower earlier in the run, while Evans, he's having to burn up his red tires. He's going to slam the push to pass to try another attempt, but he's going to be put on the outside of this corner. Burton immediately wants the inside. Evans with another late break and another missed corner, and Wyatt Burton pulls it straight back to retake the lead.
He's going to look on the inside. I know Cohen Evans, oh no, he's going to concede. But you saw that he's using so much push to pass. I mean, look at that. Look at the times. 133 seconds. I mean, Evans is using it. Oh, Burton misses out on that corner. Can Evans make a mark here? No, he does not. And with the deficit of 40 seconds, I mean, I just know Cohen Evans is not having the race of his life right now. He is currently struggling out there, and slowly but surely, those black tires of Wyatt Burton is gonna wake up. And now holding up behind him, Ricky Paz. We know he's been there, but look, Ben Fiore. I called it. He's already there. He's behind Ricky Paz with those hard tires, and we know Ricky has those softs. So soon enough, he's gonna make it look like it's stealing candy from a baby. It's gonna be easy for Ben Fiore.
Yeah, we gotta wonder if we're hitting that crossover point on the tires where the white tires become a little more desirable than the reds, only because Cohen Evans has been smoking his tires. He is using all of them trying to get the run on Wyatt Burton, and he hasn't been able to do it yet because he keeps locking it up a little bit and missing these corners. He's had 2 straight top 5s in the last 2 road races. He's going to try for the spot again. Cohen Evans will dive it around the outside. Little better run this time, but it can't get it. Wyatt Burton continues to hold that spot on the inside as now Fiore is trying to set up a move on Ricky Paz as this fight happens in front of him.
I mean, consider this, man. Oh, a little bit of a tap. Ben Fiore gets in the back of Ricky Paz. We saw a little bit of a contact there. The wheels did spin a little bit on Ricky Paz, but hey, no harm, no foul, right? They kept racing. Oh, lock up by Wyatt Burton. Once again, Cohen Evans not too happy behind them. I mean, Sky, what do you do at this point? You've had almost 10 laps being stuck behind a roadblock.
I think if you're Ricky Paz, you need to go. Because I guarantee you, Burton and Evans are going to just be dead on their tires. If Ricky Paz can actually manage to get around these 2 cars with how hard they're fighting, he's going to ride off into the sunset because these 2 are absolutely blowing up their tires trying to get this move or trying to get this 6th position.
The battle for 6 has never been this grueling I've ever seen so far, and especially by Wyatt Burton. I mean, we've seen his defensive moves, I believe, in the Canadian Grand Prix, but tonight, putting on a show once again. I mean, the rookie has a statement. He says, I am here to stay. Right now, sitting in P6. And a quick note with the leader, 4.5 seconds. He has pulled away a leaf once again in the free air. Got to give him some love up there with Cale Davidson trailing behind, but we'll quickly go through the top 5. Cale Davidson in second. Lucas Moody, I mean, we saw him get passed by, but he didn't really let Cale Davidson go. He's still sitting around a second behind him, followed by Zachary DeWill, our part-time driver of this season. I mean, one of the best ones to come in 4th. And Ryan Whitlock, top 5 for him.
Good run for all those drivers, especially those Ball State cars that are 1, 2, and 3. This battle for 6 has got all the rest of the top 5. Ben Fiore is going to look on the inside of Ricky Paz for 8th. You want that inside because you can go all the way down to the pit entry, down the straightaway. He'll get it easily. Ben Fiore using the push to pass to make the move around Ricky Paz. Ricky Paz has already used about half his push to pass in this race.
Yeah, Ricky kind of gave that spot a little bit too easy, if I were to say, as a crew chief. I mean, yeah, it looks like he's going to have to save those tires. He knows that it's a long run. And look at that. The gap between Evans and Burton has extended.
Those 2 are going. Look at the push-to-pass readings right now for Adrian Tubakovic specifically. He has used about twice as much push-to-pass as any other car in the field. He is almost out with half the race to go. He's still on it. He's got a 3-second gap to the nearest car in front of him. I wonder if he's having like a button glitch or something, because I'm not sure
Maybe he
how
for-
he's been using so much. He's used about 16 seconds just this lap.
Maybe he's forgotten to maybe press it again to turn it off. Who knows? As right now, Ben Fiore on the cusp of Cohen Evans. Those Reds are dying. Look at that. He got super close there out of turn 14 up into turn 15. Cohen Evans looking not as strong as he was a few laps ago, but looking very, very vulnerable. Ben Fiore with the push to pass on. He is going lights out onto the inside into turn 1. Who's going to be late on the braking? It's going to be Ben Fiore side by side, and he's going to take it with no, wow, just no defense right there, as looks like he's going to let him by.
Yeah, we might have hit the crossover where those hards were starting to work better than the softs. Ryan Whitlock in 5th is gaining on DeWale. Fiore has just gotten around both cars who are on those red tires and is now going to pursue Wyatt Burton, who we know used up his trying to hold off Cohen Evans. Fiore is going to fly maybe even up to 6 here before we get to the pit cycle. That car is going quick, and he's going to set his sights on Whitlock, the last car in the top 5.
Yeah, Cohen Evans' lap times is depleted, and another guy that's depleting in lap time, Zachary the Whale. Ryan Whitlock is catching up to him. You see that on the bottom. 3 tenths, I would say 2.5 tenths. Ryan Whitlock is catching up to Zachary the Whale. And we know Ryan has a really great race pace. He has a great car and a great tire management skills. And with those whites, you said it, Sky, stay out as long as possible, because we just hit our lap 22 out of 42. So right now they could technically pit and make it to the end.
They could, but I don't think anyone's going to do that here. I think once one of the cars in the top 3 or 4, one of those Ball State machines starts coming down, that's when you're going to see the flood really open up. We might see a couple cars coming down before that. But once either Alif, Davidson, or Moody makes the pit stop, that's when everybody else is going to come down. And we're watching Aiken Lamar in 17th try to pass Nick Stockner for 16th.
Yeah, Nick Stockner trying to hold up him. He had a really bad middle sector. Oh, a little bit of a late move. Maybe Aiken Lamar saves it. What a spectacular racecraft right there to not spin it out of the grass. But I mean, Sky, was that a little bit of a late move?
Maybe. I mean, he ended up in the dirt there, so not ideal. Aiken Lamar, your race winner this year a couple weeks ago at Iowa. Top 10 in this series get paid, and Aiken Lamar came into this race 2 spots out of that payment spot. 2 points out of it. 2 points behind Jason Wallet, who's now 10th. So he needs to have a good day today. He's running 15th. Wallet's running 14th. He needs to close that gap.
Okay, so my eyes were not deceiving. Nick Stockner does have damage. If folks at home is watching. Oh, he misses the corner. He's going to give up the position to Dylan Beatty. Dylan Beatty on the inside takes it, says thank you very much. And Ball State is in. The Ball State order has arrived. The top 3 are in the pits. They're going to all of them have to go on the primaries. We'll see. Wow, they're all together.
That's all of them. That's Alif, that's Moody, that's Davidson. We're going to see if Nick Henley in the 64 comes down, but that is every Ball State car, and a couple cars further back who hopped on the train. Ricky Paz, Adrian Tubakovic, both coming in with them.
Well, up front, our current leader is going to be, right now, it looks like our alumni winner, Zachary the Whale. He is currently up front with those Reds, so, I mean, he currently is trying to maybe prolong this stint. I mean, he is going on the primaries, so I don't really see the benefit of trying to hold out with these tires, because behind him, as you saw in the distance, coming ever so slightly, Ryan Whitlock. He is having a masterclass of a day. He is currently tracking a 1.5 seconds behind Whitlock. So theoretically, Whitlock can hopefully get the 4th position.
I think the whites are definitely the best tire right now, or the primary tire. They're white on our ticker, black on the cars, because Whitlock is closing in on DeWale. DeWale is actually going to make a pit stop here, so Zach DeWale will come in. Ryan Whitlock will also come in. We'll see if Wyatt Burton, who's the next car, comes in. Wyatt Burton will come in. Ben Fiore, the only car who stays out, and Alif will cycle back to 2nd.
Yeah, I think everyone is reacting to the Ball State. They saw the top 4 or top 3 all pitted in, and they said, all right, let's go in. So Cohen Evans in P9, I believe, before the pit, so we'll see when he comes out. And Ryan Whitlock Wyatt Burton are the only cars that have moved over to the reds so far.
4 cars who have not pit, and they're mostly cars further in the back. Jason Wallet, Andrew Burrell, Aiken Lamar, and one other car is not come out. So a couple cars have not come out. Nick Stockner is now into the pits just now. So it's mostly cars kind of out of the pack here, with the sole exception of the Ball State 64 machine of Nick Henley, who have not pitted.
If I can ask the broadcast, can we focus on the battle? Well, Jason Wallet trying to make ground here on Cohen Evans, but we know Cohen Evans has those fresh tires, so I don't really think we're going to worry about Jason Wallet trying to catch up to Cohen Evans. But the battle that I really want to focus on is Ryan Whitlock and Zachary DeWale. Right now, Ryan Whitlock cut down that 2 second to 1.5, and we know that Whitlock has those reds. He has the softs, and they're easier to really bring them up to life. And Zachary DeWale, with those primaries, those blacks, we kind of could tell it's like around 12 to 15 laps into the stint. That's when the black tires start to become better than the reds.
Yeah, but there's only about 17 left in this race, so I think those cars who are on the reds, Whitlock and Burton, the chief among them, are going to be the ones who are going to have the best shot to make some moves here. Andrew Burrell will come into the pits along with Nick Henley. Our Muhammad Alif has a lot of push to pass left. He will cycle around once Ben Fiore finally makes a pit stop. He's one of those drivers who I think pit right around lap 2 or 3, so he can go a little longer. He pit on one of those early cautions. Everybody else behind him has come down pit road within the last 3 or so laps, and it's Wyatt Burton who's looking the best of those cars on push to pass.
Well, I mean, Sky, one thing we saw, Adrian Tubago has 13 seconds left on his push to pass, so it's gonna be all natural from here on out. No extra horsepower.
Long last 17 laps, because the car behind him, Nick Henley, has 106.
He's gonna not be. And one thing to note for folks who are fairly new, push to pass gives you a little bit of extra horsepower, as it says in the name, but it really needs people. The drivers use it to really defend on the straightaway or to make an overtake on the straightaway. So Adrian is going to be a sitting duck on the road, and Lucas Moody in 4th place, as we see there. He's only a tenth behind. A second and a tenth behind Davidson. So, 4 seconds behind. So the gap has increased. But yeah, let's ride on board here. Do a lap with Lucas Moody. Let's do a CIL, crank it up.
We are back here as Lucas Moody crosses the start-finish line. That car is using that push to pass, running 3rd. Wyatt Burton also on the push to pass. Ben Fiore is pit. He's gone back to 6th, and now Burton's in pursuit. A little bit of a battle in front of him. Ryan Whitlock has cleared Zach DeWale for 4th, and he is using that push to pass to get away. As I was saying, Burton is in 7th. He's gaining time on Ben Fiore. I'd just like to mention a chat message we got saying Wyatt Burton called his coach and is eating ramen noodles mid-race.
Well, Sky, that's a great question. And you know what? Let me add on to that. What type of ramen noodle is he eating? You know, gotta find out what flavor he's on, because that might be a little influence on how he's been driving tonight. Because, I mean, honestly, this man can make his car 3 times wider than it is, as we saw him earlier defending against, I believe, Cohen Evans before that first pit stop. But one thing to note, as you mentioned earlier, was Ryan Whitlock getting past Zachary DeWale. That was not surprising. We noticed before we went to CIL Crank It Up that was coming. And definitely with 15 laps left, We noted Sky, the blacks, the primaries, they're gonna get to life in around 15 laps or so. So they're currently lap three, or I should say, the fourth lap of their stint. So will Zachary DeWale be able to fight the tire deficit and maybe get to the end and pass him?
We'll see. I think those cars who are on the reds for the second stint are gonna have the best advantage, just because of when the pit stop cycle really shook out. Those cars like Ryan Whitlock, Ben Fiore, and Wyatt Burton back here on those fresher tires are gonna be able to push really hard. As we're watching this battle for eighth here with Ricky Paz and Cohen Evans, both of these cars on the same tire set, similar strategy. Cohen Evans to the outside of Ricky Paz. We've seen him try that a couple times this race. Sends it again into that corner. Sends it wide again into that corner, and Ricky Paz got the spot. I think that's the third time we've seen Cohen Evans try a move to the outside and completely miss that corner.
I think Cohen Evans, I think he's getting a little bit upset because if you noted that pass right before into turn 4, they actually touched, they actually exchanged some paint, and Ricky went on the driver comm saying he apologized, saying sorry for that slight contact down into turn 4.
Oh, Ricky's locking it up a little bit loose there through the corner. Locks up the tires. That might give Cohen Evans a chance down here, but he can't quite capitalize. That gap will stay steady at about 0.4 of a second for now.
I mean, one thing you were saying that Cohen Evans he unfortunately goes too wide into turn 4, and I think that's just a repetitive issue that he has to clean up because it's just detrimental to himself, detrimental actions.
Yeah, look at those Ball State cars. Like we said earlier, we had kind of had a term for it last year where they were dominating Formula College in the sports car challenge that we run. The Great Wall of Ball State, 1, 2, and 3. It's been absent this year from Formula College for the last 2 weeks between tonight at Brazil and last week at Chicago. It's returned for a vengeance. Second straight week that Alif, Davidson, and Moody are running 1, 2, 3. Ryan Whitlock, though, in fourth, he's on those softer tires, might be able to pull an upset.
I mean, I'm all to see why Ryan Whitlock having a chance to fight for the podium and bringing the battle to Moody because he's currently tracking less than 3.5 seconds. He actually gained 2/10 last time around, so we're going to have to look out for him. He's got 13 laps this time around to make a difference here. Yeah. As you see right there, look at that, 5/10. Sorry, Sky.
No, you're good. 12 to go in the Colonial Challenge at Interlagos, presented by Robert Morris University iRacing. Got a couple of their drivers in the field tonight. As we're watching Whitlock continue on Moody. Yeah, he's kind of still like staying 3 seconds back. He hasn't really closed that gap at all. He's running very similar lap times. In fact, he was only about 0.3 of a tenth slower last time. Here's Cohen Evans back to the bumper of Ricky Paz, but he's still not close enough. He's gonna have to set up another move. Maybe he'll try it again in turn 4.
But look at those sector times. Ricky gains a lot into sector 2. He makes a big wide gap, but down into sector 3, he loses it, and that's when Cohen Evans gets that drive off of turn 14 and 15 and is able to cut it close. But oh, Ricky gets a little bit wide, but I don't think it's gonna be there close enough.
Cohen Evans, look at that. He does not have a lot of push to pass in that car. Neither of these two have a lot of push to pass in that car. 12 laps left in the race. Cohen Evans at 39 seconds. Ricky Paz a little under twice that at 68. So these cars, you've seen them in battles throughout the race. They've used a lot of that extra horsepower, and Cohen Evans is going to be at a big disadvantage compared to Ricky Paz in front of him.
I do really want to note Ryan Whitlock. While he is up into P4, he's gained 7 positions. I mean, this man is on a mission. But Wyatt Burton, on the other hand, we saw him trying to hold on to Ben Fiore, but right now on the push to pass, we see on the bottom right, technically Tyler Klingensmith gained the most positions gained, but we all know Ben Fiore from last to 6th.
And look at Cohen Evans. He's going to take another peek to the outside, but he can't get there. He'll chop back down to the inside to try to prepare himself for a run into turn 4. He's not close enough. He doesn't have a lot of push to pass left, but he's using a little bit of it out that corner. Just about 2 seconds to try to get the gap closed. He'll take a little bit of a peek to the outside. I don't know if he quite has the run. He doesn't. He has to back off. He'll try a switchback on Ricky Paz, but he doesn't have enough pace to get it done. For now he will get it done, forcing his way along the outside into here. again, just not enough pace. Ricky Paz holds the spot.
I think what Ricky is doing, he's being smart about it. He's taking the lines to send it into the corner to try to kind of shove Cohen Evans off, you know, try to be in front of him in the apex, kind of like a Max Verstappen kind of way, and hold the lead as we see it. Cohen Evans, those rear tires are lit to a flame. Unfortunately, it's not close enough. You see all that rubber throwing onto him. He's not going to be happy with this.
No, Cohen Evans, we've seen him already blow up the tires. Oh, very close to Paz's bumper there. Seen him blow up the tires in the first stint, trying to make moves on another driver. He's using more of that push to pass here, desperately trying to use those tires to get around Ricky Paz. He's almost in the grass, trying to make the move on the outside down the front straightaway. Cohen Evans is going to get clear. He will clear Ricky Paz. Paz will send it right back up the inside. Contact between the two of them, and Ricky Paz is there. Side by side again into turn 3. Ricky Paz takes the spot away.
Not yet. Look at the switchback. The switchback. Cohen Evans is going to try and get another run. No push to pass. He's used them up. Down into turn 4. Once again, will Cohen Evans overshoot the corner? No, he does not. He gets pushed off. Ricky pushes him off wide again. Back up into turn 5. Into turn 6. Cohen Evans trying to hold on, but he's not. And we saw the classical move. Ricky Paz just sent it in. I mean, you saw him hesitate a lot down into turn 1. He kind of goes back into line and then sends it in last minute. And, you know, like I said earlier, it's like the Max Verstappen way of, I'm ahead in the apex, I'm going to take this corner. And shades of Max Verstappen, Ricky is able to hold on into P8.
Yeah, Cohen Evans, we saw him use about 20 seconds of that push to pass in those moves on Ricky Paz, and it was all in vain because Paz didn't use any. He's back on it now for the first time in a couple laps, and he's using it purely to get away from Cohen Evans to make sure he can't do anything down into turn 1. 12, 13, 14 seconds of push to pass for Ricky Paz just on this straightaway.
I mean, Sky, if you were Cohen Evans, would you be happy with what happened? I mean, not only were you just shoved out of the way like you were Lando Norris in turn 11 of Coda, but I mean, like he couldn't make a pass on the outside. He was stuck there, having to let off. And same thing here. We saw this last time around. He was forced on the outside and he was pushed off the track.
That is a very F1 move there. Just run him off the line, and if the stewards say anything, it's their fault.
Or you say I was ahead of him.
Here he goes. He's going again.
He's going again. This is incredible. The battle for 8 has never been this interesting in a while. But Ricky, once again, defending on the outside, and he has to sacrifice a lot. He's cutting the corner as much as he can, but you see him just wiggling those rears around, trying to just, I guess, etch out any grip he has left in those tires as we have 7 laps to go crossing this line.
Yeah, going to be 8 to go at the line this time for Muhammad Ali, who's got a 7.5-second lead over his teammate, Cale Davidson, who has a 5.5-second lead over his teammate, Lucas Moody, and then it's 3.5 back to Ryan Whitlock in 4th.
And as I mentioned, Ben Fiore, oh wait, we got another one right here. Once again, Ricky Paz trying to maybe hold on him on the inside. No, Cohen Evans does the switchback. Oh, he throws a phony. He's gonna go back on the outside. He's gonna try and set up here. This is perfect. Down into turn 3. He's close. He's there out of turn 3. Like I said, Cohen Evans, he's gonna take it a little bit wide. He's not though. He doesn't use his push to pass. He's gonna have to use that slipstream. He's gonna look on the inside. Ricky lets him on the inside. He sends it in. Ricky's gonna have to hold on to the outside, and Cohen Evans lets him. What a respectable drive right there. But once again, Ricky holding off on the outside because Cohen Evans didn't push him off like he did, and Ricky sends it in, and he holds on to it. Cohen Evans once again overshoots the corner, and he's gonna have to concede.
Wow, Cohen Evans is going at it. Ricky Paz, though, has finally started to use that push to pass. These are both drivers in need of good days. Cohen Evans is 9th. He's barely hanging on to the last of the payment spots as Ricky Paz goes wide, and Cohen Evans will take 8th away.
No,
Paz
Ricky's
is going to go back to the outside down into here, and Cohen Evans gets the spot.
Not yet. Remember, look at those push to pass. Ricky Paz has 45 seconds. He has a lot to give, and Evans does not. So Ricky's going to have another shot here. If he does not make the pass here into turn 1, I think it's over for Ricky. I don't think he has the tires in sector 2. He sends it. He's going to look on the inside. Yes, he does. He's going to send it in. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Once again, Ricky side by side. Cohen Evans is going to have to hold on to the outside. Oh, and Ricky's going to have to hold off and give him the place. Wow.
Wow, and that's bad for Cohen Evans because it drops him or bad for Ricky Paz because it drops him 0.6 of a second back of Cohen Evans. Ricky Paz is a driver who has shown a lot of speed this year, and yet he has almost no results to show for it. Would you believe it? Only one top 10 for Ricky Paz this year, and it was at Nashville. He has not had the year he's been looking for. This is a chance for him to finally get something going in the right direction, but he just can't pass Cohen Evans, and now he's starting to lose time.
Thank you, Mr. Producer. I was just about to mention the battle for fourth has begun. Remember what I mentioned, Ryan Whitlock with those red tires? Well, Sky, the tire deficit is now moving into Zachary the Whale's way. He's now catching up, but behind him, Ben Fiore. I mean, this man is lights out. We saw him from the beginning, from the pit lane up into P6. I mean, if he could pull off a Max Verstappen 2016 from P16 and up into the top 3, I mean, never say never, as right now, Ben Fiore on the back of the Whale, as the Whale trying to hold off and also catch up to Whitlock, who's also falling off. I'm going to mention it right now. Ryan Whitlock lost 0.5 last time around. So the Whale, he is bringing him up there right now with Ben Fiore.
Yeah, these two are going at it. Ben Fiore, again, from the pit lane at the start, now looking for 5th, and soon, if he can get the car going in the right direction, he'll be looking for 4th on Ryan Whitlock. Look at the push to pass. DeWale is almost out. Whitlock only has 30 seconds. Ben Fiore has about a lap of push to pass left, and he's only got about 7 laps left to use it. So if I'm him, I am hitting that thing early, and I'm hitting it often to try to get these moves done.
You know, you say, I'm him. Ben Fiore is saying to himself, I am him. He is trying to catch up using that push to pass. He's got 97 seconds. I mean, if I was a screw chief right now, if he knew that the other drivers had nothing, I'd tell him, use it up now. And I got a shout out in the chat, someone saying, Jim Puff, someone throw something on the track, please. I mean, we want a caution if that's what you want, but I think the racing is already good enough here.
I think we've had some great battles. I mean, this one's going for 6th. Ricky Paz is still trying to re-rack that car. He's only about half a second back for 8th. 2 great battles on the racetrack right now between these positions, but it's about 13 seconds between them, or it's about, honestly, even longer than that, 18 seconds between Ben Fiore and that battle for Cohen Evans back there. Wyatt Burton kind of in no man's land in the middle, just on a nice Wednesday afternoon drive.
Yeah, and I want to note for the viewers, something really cool by the producers to note out. Look at the bottom right, battle for 8th. We're not forgetting, just because we're focusing on the battle for 4th, we're not forgetting the battle for 8th. Ricky's still less than 0.6 on Cohen Evans, so keep an eye out on the intervals on the bottom right. Let us know if they make the pass, because right now, all eyes are here. Look at that. Wow, Whitlock absolutely sending it into turn 13, up into 14 and 15. We'll see if Ben Fiore has something to ask for. As right now, the Whale, 12 seconds of push to pass. Whitlock, 24, and Fiore, 95. And now, with 5 laps to go, 5 to go this time around.
Yeah, 5 to go in the Colonial Challenge presented by Robert Morris. You saw, oh, we got a car around. You saw Whitlock punching it. Somebody is in the ditch. That is the car who was running 20th. It is John LaFon from the Penn College of Technology. A bad race for him continues to get worse.
Well, anyways, you know, he's 20th. We got to focus on this one right here as Whitlock, he missed turn 3. He missed turn 3, which caused the Whale to get closer and closer. So we're going to have another Ricky Cohen Evans battle perhaps here as the Whale trying to get as much as he can to get that free air and maybe try to undercut him in a corner.
Yeah, gap is really, really down. DeWale has the speed, and not just is it down to DeWale, it's down to Ben Fiore behind him. These 3 cars are all under a blanket. They're all going at it for 4th, and I think if I want to be one of these cars, I'm picking Ben Fiore because he's got the freshest tires, he's got the most push to pass, and if he can get around DeWale, which shouldn't be hard to mount a charge on Whitlock if he can, all 3 cars on the push to pass, I think Fiore just needs to hold that button down for the rest of the race at this point, honestly.
He's got him. He's going to move to the right. Yep, side by side. Well, last on the brakes. Once again, down into turn 1. We've seen a lot of accidents. A lot.
The Whale's loose.
The Whale got loose, but he's going to have to hold on. But look at that. Ben Fiore, he's got the push and pass. He's got to turn it on.
He's slamming it. He's going to kind of have some problems there because DeWale is also slamming it. 3 seconds left for Zach DeWale. He can't get it up the inside. DeWale with a great block. Ben Fiore is going to have to try it again. Those are the two main passing zones. You've got the front straightaway and you've got the rundown to turn forward. If you can't get it in one of those, you might just have to wait all the way around until you can get to the next one.
You know, if I was Ben's crew chief right now, I'm telling him, stop and wait for the front stretch. He's got 73 seconds and DeWale has 3. He's going to be a sitting duck on the front stretch on a DRS passing zone. So let's see. Oh, another lockup. Whitlock locking it up again, side by side, out of turn 13. Can he make a move? He does. Ben Fiore on the inside. He's going to shove his nose into turn 13, and he's going to do it. He passes. He's going to pass DeWale, but right in front of him, Whitlock on the push to pass. Oh, and Zachary DeWale on the push to pass. He's not going to give up soon.
He's out of push to pass.
No.
Ben Fiore is still slamming it. Whitlock's got 8 seconds left. That's the first time I've seen anybody pull an overtake in that corner all race. Fiore has the speed. He's got 3 laps to try to get something done on Whitlock. DeWale is all over the place. That car sliding from side to side, and that is going to maybe kill what chance he had of getting 5th.
All right, folks, 3 laps to go, and Whitlock is out, almost out of push to pass. He's got 8 seconds. They're both on the same tire compound, but we saw Whitlock locking it up again in the corner. So, oh, I thought that was going to be a move on the inside by DeWale. No, he was too far back, and so Ben Fiore with 60 seconds of push to pass. I mean, wow, what a move. I mean, Sky, you're right. No one ever makes a move down into turn 13.
No, I haven't seen it all race. That was the first time right there for Ben Fiore. 60 seconds of push to pass. That is just under a lap, and he's got 2 laps to use it. I think what's going to happen here is Fiore is going to do all he can to close up to Whitlock down the front straightaway, and then he is going to press the button, and he will not release it until turn 1.
See, that's the thing about Ben Fiore. I've noticed every lap out of turn 14, out of 13, which is how you're setting up for this long straightaway, he just doesn't get on the gas quick enough compared to Whitlock. And Whitlock, he's currently 8 seconds. Oh, Ben Fiore, look on the inside. He does not, but he's going to have to wait. It's going to probably be a last lap, yeah.
Well, if he can get close enough, he might have a chance here, but he's not really going to be close enough. Ryan Whitlock's got 8 seconds of push to pass to hold him off. I think Fiore needs to slam it. He's got 48 seconds left. He needs to use it somehow. He should be on it right there to try to get this gap closed, because those straightaways are where it's going to do the most damage. Another great push-to-pass opportunity for Ben Fiore, and he's just not using it.
You know what? I think I know what he's doing. He's going to save it for everything he's got in the final lap. Oh, and he sends it in! Almost hits him. He almost hit the right rear of Whitlock. He's going to try and make a small gap between him to set up turn 13. You know, like I said, another lockup by Whitlock. Down into turn 10. Oh,
his tires are gone. His tires are gone. And it's Ben Fiore trying to look around the outside as Muhammad Alif takes us to the white flag. Zach DeWale up the inside from out of nowhere. DeWale from the top rope to steal 5th from Fiore with 2 to go.
Don't count out DeWale. We know that he ran out of push to pass, but those black tires seems to be working out better. Oh, and a last move to the right side. Ben Fiore has a lot of that push to pass. Down into turn 1. Who's going to be last on the break? Once again, DeWale, side by side. Oh, and they almost made contact. DeWale's going to give up the position. Ben Fiore, once again, he's going to have the position here, but he's also on the mercy of those tires. I think the black tires are the best tires right now.
I think Ryan Whitlock has just looked in his rearview mirror and gone, oh my god, how did I get away with that one? Because Zach DeWale's send has cost Ben Fiore about 0.4 of a second of Whitlock. He's doing all he can with the push to pass, but this is the part of the track where he needs to be able to make the move, and he's still about half second back. He's got it, and Ben Fiore is going to lock it up. He goes way wide, and Zach DeWale is going to get 5th for good.
Watch up ahead. We got a car wrecked on the track. I think that's Tyler Klingensmith. Look at that, right below the camera work. Oh, my God. He almost took out the race leaders. And Muhammad Alif wins the race at Interlagos, round 10. He gets the trophy. Cale Davidson follows up with the P2. Ball State, the great ball of wall. 1, 2, and 3. Lucas Moody rounding about the podium. So our winner of tonight, once again, but Ryan Whitlock here, the battle. Zachary the Whale has no push to pass. Can he hold on Ben Fury down the front straightaway?
He will.
Does. Ryan Whitlock, P4, Zachary the Whale, P5, Ben Fury, unfortunately, P6. Oh, last minute pass.
Cohen Evans, he's caught up to Wyatt Burton at the perfect time. He saved all the push to pass he had left. We're going to go side by side. Photo finish to the line. Side by side. It's Wyatt Burton.
Cohen Evans. No.
Wyatt Burton by 1/1000th of a second.
No way. Folks, that was not good enough. Oh, I swear, if you guys haven't liked this stream and hit that subscribe button, because Wyatt Burton has just made the closest finish in CIL history we got the race control here. 2/1000th of a second. Wyatt Burton held on for P7 against Cohen Evans. I mean, we saw Cohen Evans suffer a lot through this race. I mean, to lose it out by 1,000th?
Man, I'm not going to have a voice tomorrow after that one. Oh my God.
I thought Cohen had got it. He was on the inside, and it looks like maybe, just maybe, Wyatt Burton had an extra little bit of push to pass right there.
Wyatt Burton had 3 extra seconds left to push to pass. Cohen Evans ran out coming to the line, and that was what gave it to Wyatt Burton.
I mean, sensational finish. I mean, Sky, we cannot digress from what happened tonight. The great ball of wall, once again, up top, we see them. He's a little bit of traffic as Ryan Whitlock tries to spoil a little bit of the fun. But, yeah.
Hey, send it 5 wide. Get Nick Henley in there, get Beatty in there. We're going to go 6 wide. Screw it.
Maybe. But the ball of wall is
They're
back.
trying to run Whitlock off the track here.
Oh, I don't think that's gonna be nice for the race control. But wow, a Leaf, Kale, and Lucas, a 5.
They're gonna have some very convenient cropping by the end of this.
That's a top 5 finish right there. Wow. And a Leaf, first one to send it in. Oh.
Oh my
Whitlock
goodness.
with the P4, unfortunately, he's gonna end the race there. Cale Davidson with a nice little donut, followed by Lucas Moody. Ricky Paz trying to get through the traffic there, but
Lucas already he Denny Hamlin that thing. He doesn't have a rear wing anymore.
Well, that's if Denny Hamlin could win a championship. But anyways, Lucas Moody.
Oh, he does it again.
He does it
he
again.
does it again.
Wow, I mean, Sky, I just want to quickly give a shout out to our producer Keith, who gave us that phenomenal last lap photo finish. I mean, the camera work was impeccable.
That was amazing. That was awesome. Yeah, we're gonna work on getting the results up for you here as we wait for the winners to get into the booth so we can get an interview with what feels like the entire Ball State program at this point for the second week in a row. We're gonna do the results here while we wait on Ball State to get into the booth.
Before we get to the results, I want to quickly shout out to Cheryl Byrne in the chat. Wyatt Byrne from Trine University is truly Mr. Excitement. Way to go, rookie. I mean, if that doesn't scream Rookie of the Year, I don't know what else. The defense, the last minute defense to get P7. But I'm so sorry. Sky, take it away with the grid. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna get you a look at your final race results here for the Colonial Challenge at Interlagos, presented by Robert Morris University Esports. Our Muhammad Alif takes the win for Ball State University with Cale Davidson in P2 and Lucas Moody rounding out the Great Wall of Ball State in P3. Brian Whitlock from Alabama Huntsville will take 4th, while Zach DeWale, our alumni winner, will finish 5th for St. Clair. Ben Fiore finishes 6th from Marist College, while Wyatt Burton from Trine University takes it home in 7th. By 1/1000th of a second over Purdue at Indianapolis is Cohen Evans in 8th. Ricky Paz was also in that battle, 9th for East Carolina, 2nd top 10 of the year for him. Andrew Burrell, 2nd alumni in the field, brings it home 10th for Clemson.
And rounding about outside of the top 10, Adrian Tubagoic of St. Clair College, P11, a strong drive for him. Started in P18, so really nice start. And behind him, Marlo Duncan, P12 from Milwaukee School of Engineering. He started P20 up into P12, 8 spots. Great job for him. Nick Henley, a CIO rookie, makes it into P13. Good for him for Ball State University to complement that top 3. Aiken Lamar, P14 for Howard Community College. Jason Wallet of Drexel University, rounding about top 15. Dylan Beatty, we saw him unfortunately take it really wide there out of turn 1. Ball State University rounds about P16. Tyler Klingensmith, Robert Morris University, second lap, 2 laps down now. We're going to the territory for P17. Alex Fernetti, UNC Charlotte, P18 with his alumni driver, Clint Halterman, and also P19. And we saw John LaFawn for Pennsylvania College of Technology towards the end. A little bit of an accident there for the number 16, rounding about our top 20.
And rounding out your field tonight, 21st, Nick Stockner from Clemson, followed by Alexander Diamond of Drexel in 22nd. Lee Kane from Southern Mississippi brings it home 23rd with Alan Hong of St. Clair in 24th. And rounding out the back, 2 cars who needed good finishes and are not going to get them. Jake Cummings of Converse, he came into this race 8th in the points. Not going to be great for him, finishing 25th. And Andrew Williams there, 26th for Clemson. Well, we're starting to get the drivers into the booth here. You want to do our alumni winner first, Edward?
Let's bring in our alumni winner and the part-timer, Zachary DeWale. Let's see if he... Welcome, Zachary DeWale. I mean, I kind of was nicknaming you the part-timer, and in a good way, because I mean, every time you kind of come in, you're just as fast as you are always is. I mean, how do you do it?
I don't know, man. Something about this IndyCar. It's just a lot of fun to drive on these road courses. It's always clicked really well for me. I don't know. I just always have a lot of fun driving it. And when I'm having fun, that's when I'm faster. So I don't know. It was just a really good time. It's a good combo.
You want to walk us through that kind of battle over the last 5 laps? We kind of counted you out of it when you ran out of push to pass, and then you sent it around Ben Fiore anyway. Take us through that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought it was over when I ran out too, but man, Ben just drove right back past me with all, he must have been saving it and saving the push to pass. And then, yeah, I mean, I had hoped that I could at least get Whitlock, but then he must have saved his push to pass a lot better than me too. And I guess that kind of comes with the inexperience of only running a couple of races in the car. Not quite used to how to save the overtake button as well. But I definitely think I had the tire advantage at the end, so I think that's what kind of kept me with those guys, because they were definitely out racing me. I think I just kind of had to capitalize on some mistakes at the end.
Well, before we let you give your shout outs and congratulate you for the win, let me answer the $1 million question you had. Ben Fiore had almost 95 seconds of push to pass in those last 5 laps, or I should say 4 laps ago, and I believe Ryan Whitlock only had 8. So, I mean, incredible job. I mean, like you said, those black tires or the primaries really lit to flame. So, hopefully that answers your question. And before we let you go, give us your quick shout outs.
Of course, yeah. Shout out everyone at OWR as always. They're a good group of guys, like hanging out with them. And everyone at home, Emily, Riley, Bill, everyone, Jordan, everyone at home watching, if they're tuned in tonight. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a good show. I liked the series a lot. Wish I could run it more often.
Well, thank you so much, Zachary DeWale. Another alumni winner to put on in this season of amazing driving. So hopefully we'll see you once again up here the next time you decide to race again in the series.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to it.
And that was your alumni winner. Sky. Ooh, you're on this one here, buddy. Let's go.
All right, we're going to bring up into the booth our 3rd place finisher, Lucas Moody. How are you doing, Lucas?
What's up? Sorry, I was doing some points calculations.
Yeah, I was going to say, you finished 3rd 3 weeks in a row now. Maybe talk to me about that, those kind of consistent finishes finally rolling in for you after a kind of a weak stretch to open the season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to understand the car a lot better. Took me a while. Obviously, I'm still not at the pace that I would want to be. Obviously, I want to be challenging Kale. I want to be challenging Elite. Ideally, want my pace to be more on their level. Not there yet, but that will come eventually. That will come with time. And then, 3 weeks ago around the oval, just, as I'm one of the few that drive in both FC and CCS, I have pretty good wheel knowledge with the oval, so I was just able to you know, just kind of coast to a third and just get some good points.
Well, Lucas, I know how much effort you've been putting in lately. I guess I should say the training program for the FC has been really paying off lately. Talk to me through about how you were in second place for a while there, and you know, after the pit stops, you had a 4-second gap between you and Kale, but you know, you were checking out the field towards the end. You had a 7-second lead against Ryan Whirlock. I mean, how does it feel that really the consistency to build upon tonight and to really move forward with the rest of the series, and you know, maybe even next semester? I mean, how do you feel with your chances of kind of putting yourself out there saying, I am here to stay and I am here to maybe win?
Yeah, I mean, win might be a bit far-fetched. I kind of feel like I'm at the point where, you know, I'm not quick enough to get second. I'm not slow enough to get fourth. But
Oh,
I'm like, you know,
on.
I'm kind of just like in that middle ground. I mean, which I'll take it. It's good points, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's about collecting points and being consistent, especially because not only have I already used 2 of my drop weeks, I've also had a third race where I got crashed out in the first lap. So I really just need to have consistent finishes and just really make sure that I'm able to just keep picking up good points days, just making sure I finish in the top 5 every race, and I'm looking for a good overall finish in the point standings.
All right, do you have anyone you want to thank or shout out tonight?
Of course, I have to. Thank you. I have to shout out my teammates Alif and Kale, who got first and second, and then also our academy drivers who raced today, Nick and Dylan. Nick got 13th and Dylan finished 16th. They both had really good pace today. I think they fell to a little bit of misfortune out there on the track. Of course, I have to shout out Vortex Motorsports and Overton Setup Shop. Vortex mentioned. And of course, my family, my mom, thanks for being in the chat. My dad, my younger brother Andrew. Of course, all my teammates on the oval side, all my teammates at Vortex, and last but not least, Dan and BK, who are the directors of Ball State Esports.
All right, congrats on the P3 tonight, Lucas Moody.
Thank you.
All right, we should have Cale Davidson up here for a second. I've received word of a plan he has. We're gonna try to get him up in here first. He is muted. Do we want to bring him up or do we want to bring Alif up?
Let's bring up.
We're gonna bring Cale up right now. All right, welcome to the booth, Cale Davidson, second place finisher tonight.
Hello.
Hello. We saw you kind of pass Lucas Moody early, and then from there you're able to run away. Talk us through the Ball State dominance continuing for a second week.
Car handled really good. It's fast. Car did great. I don't really know what to do with my hands. No, I mean, Lucas was a little slow there. He wasn't slow, but we were kind of going back and forth. We had pretty similar pace.
He's so offended behind you, by the way.
But no, we had very similar pace, and I know we had good quality pace, but like we didn't actually run any race stints together, so I was just kind of staying back. We were trying to do this whole like looking at points and stuff before, trying to figure out who needs to finish where, and then on like the outlap we just decided let's bring all 3 cars home. So we kind of just scratched everything there. So there was really no plan with it. It was just kind of drive and then see what happens from there.
Well, Kel, I mean, fantastic drive by you. Not close enough yet to Alif, but 11 seconds, that is actually, I believe the last time you finished 1-2 with 10 was a distance was 17 seconds. So you've cut down that, and especially in that second stint, I noticed that you were getting a quicker lap times there. I mean, talk to me through now the mentality that, you know, you've cemented yourself into top 2 or top 3 always. I mean, what's the next step to really get up to Alif?
Yeah, actually, I don't think the gaps have been a lot closer this year. At Belle Isle, I think I was 8 seconds off of Alif, and then I didn't race Iowa, so that one doesn't count. But then it went Belle Isle, then Chicago, I was 6 seconds off of Alif at Chicago. So this is honestly my worst finishing pace behind him so far. But I had to go into an extreme fuel save at the end. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, and then I ended up looking at the wrong lap count, so I did not need to fuel save at all. But no, I mean, regardless, it's like the pace is getting there. So I have the pace that's up there with the Leaf, but it needs to be that like driving at that 101% and not making those mistakes and staying consistent. So that's kind of where that gap is.
All right, Edward. Edward has a question he would like to ask you here.
I do. What's the question, Cal? Wait, what?
Are you subscribed to the
yes,
CIL YouTube
Cal.
channel?
Davidson, we
yeah, I
saw
am.
you. Yeah?
Yeah.
When I
I
asked
am.
you to show us your subscribe button,
Oh, no.
you turned off the phone. It was kind of a little sus.
Okay, I wasn't actually listening to it, but
Ah,
there.
okay. Let's see. Is that the notification bell on?
It is.
It is? All right. Well, folks, you heard it here from Kale, our second place finisher. Quickly, your shout outs before we let you go.
Yeah, I want to shout out my mom, dad, all my teammates, Alif, Lucas, Bradley, Nick. We put on a good show today. Shout out our esports director, Dan and BK. Shout out my grandma and grandpa, and then Indy Hood Rats and Miller Farms for sponsoring the car.
Thank you, Kale Davidson. Rock on, bro. Whatever hand signs you're doing. Congratulations, P2. We'll see you in the next one.
All right, we're gonna call up into our booth our race winner tonight once again this week. It is Ball State's Muhammad Alif. Hey, Alif.
Hello.
Third straight win for you in this series, not counting that race you missed at Iowa. How's it feeling?
Feels good. I think the more important thing is the 1, 2, 3.
Hey, there he goes.
Oh.
So,
We knew it was coming. There's the Kale Davidson backflip.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, I think that's the
I missed
important
it.
thing. I think the more important thing is that we've never had a 1-2 finish in both Cup Series and the Formula C Series. So yeah, on the same week. So yeah, very proud of that.
Yeah, we saw the Ball State. You kind of had a tradition of getting 1, 2, 3s last season, but it kind of fell off early
Yeah.
in the year. You've got it back. You've got 2 straight 1, 2, 3 finishes now for Ball State. Are you finally getting that momentum turned in your favor?
100%. I think we've always we've always had that just strong pace or strong I would say, what do you call it? Shit, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here, but yeah, we've always had that momentum. That's what it is in the FC series, and yeah, just super happy with that we could deliver the podium sweep.
Well, Alif, congrats on the win. I mean, round 10, once again, dominant, and gotta get that chalky milk soon, but really no question. I mean, you were just dominant. So I just want to ask, how does it feel? Or did you hear about the good news, which you're gonna get tonight?
Oh yeah, the trophy. Yeah. It made me focus more. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw that the announcement. I was like, okay, I have to really push then. So yeah. So but no, I mean, I was driving just like how I would drive even without the trophy. But yeah, it's a nice bonus, nice reward. It would go at the trophy cabinet at the back. Yeah, you see that? There you go. Should be
Let's
behind.
see it.
You
Wow.
guys see that? Yeah.
There you
I don't.
go.
Ah,
Yeah.
there it is.
Hey, so that's how.
It looks kind of empty though.
Nah, I mean, yeah, it's filling up. It'll fill up more and more. you know?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, another
Oh,
back.
oh, we got another
There you
Oh.
go. Yeah, so
one.
Mid.
yeah.
Well.
Oh
well,
wow, someone called your backflip mid kill.
That is
Alright.
Lucas Moody, who is in the voice chat live right
Oh,
now.
There
no,
you go.
another one. Oh
There
my
you go.
god.
There you go.
Well, Alif,
Yeah.
I mean that was really it. I mean, once again, dominant performance. I mean, man, just take another break. You know, you're fine on points. I think you could take a quick break. Let another one win.
Just a small what do you call it? Teaser that I will be taking a break sometime.
Ooh.
Another FIA Motorsports games. Who knows? Find out soon on Alif's Instagram.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
before we let you go, Alif, quickly give your shout outs. We gotta go.
Yeah, I got a big thanks to all the road guys, including Dylan and Nick for all their hard work. Kale, Lucas, as well for the huge run.
Lucas
All team-
mentioned.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my god. Yeah, so
He's infiltrated our voice chat and he won't leave.
Alif, you said that was spite. I heard that sassy.
I'm just kidding. Vortex as well for the support.
He's mentioned!
Dan Burry.
Sorry.
There you go.
Vortex mentioned.
Dan and PK for all the support, the whole program. The Oval guys as well for. I mean, I think I have to shout out Lucas again for making the final 8, the top 8 playoffs. So with me, so it's gonna be fun next week.
Me.
And yes, of course, Edward. So
Yeah.
so yeah. Yeah, looking forward to the next one.
All right, congrats on the win tonight, Muhammad Alif. All right, well, that's the end of our coverage here tonight for Brazil. We are gonna get you ready here. We're gonna take you through the results or take you through the schedule for the next couple of weeks. Do you have any closing thoughts before we do, Edward?
Tomorrow, same time, same place, we are going to the Glen race number 3 of the CSC, and it's going to be amazing. Tomorrow at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit that like button and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. It is a 2-hour endurance race, and I'm gonna take a lot of ad breaks there, so you guys are gonna enjoy. Yeah, Sky with the crazy, like, oh.
Hey, I did a 90-minute one solo last season.
She
That was
did do a
an
90-minute.
adventure.
So I can't wait to do 120 minutes. So yes, it's the Watkins Glen. It is the GT3 cars. It's gonna be amazing. Don't miss out. It's going to be amazing. And Sky, where are we going next Monday?
Next Monday for the College Cup Series, the next race in the playoffs, we are going to the desert. We're going to Phoenix. Monday, November 11th, same time as always, 7:30 p.m. Central, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Phoenix might not have experienced daylight savings time, but so did the rest of the country. So we'll be going 8:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Ooh, and don't forget, the round of 8 starts. So any Cup folks out there that's watching, it's going to get even better. Round 8 starts on Phoenix, and that is going to be a 2-round race. So Phoenix, followed by afterwards Bristol. So it's just ramping up with the Cup playoffs. And next week for the Formula College Series, we're going oval Texas Motor Speedways, where everything is double the size. Sky, I can't believe it. It's going to be insane. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas. I was there a month ago.
There.
There's your fun fact for the night.
There you go. November 13th, next week, 8:45 p.m. Same time, same place, same channel. Don't want to miss it. And I'll give my closing remarks before, and then you go. I just want to say that was incredible. Quick shout out to Keith, our producer. Just the amazing camera work tonight was impeccable, as always, as every week. Race in and out. But that last photo finish, I cannot wait to look back. I mean, we'll try to post it online, folks, in our CIL socials so you can relive that moment. Sky?
Yeah, that was... I feel like I've said this about 3 times this season, but that was probably the best race we've had all season. Amazing. That was great. We had battles all through the field. It was so electric in the mid-pack. So tonight, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And on behalf of myself and Edward Sanchez in the booth, have a good night.